William Hill screener of Joshua versus Ruiz 2, joined by Mr. Ben Davison. Ben, your thoughts on Joshua's shutout performance?
Yeah, good performance. He added another side to his game, done what he needed to do, and got the win. That was the most important thing for him.
Did you expect a little bit more from Andy Ruiz there?
Yeah, I think that the weight killed him. You know, I think that he knew that he would have needed to close the gap, unless he expected Joshua to close the gap for him, which was the mistake he made in the first fight. And you know, he's not got the quickest of feet anyway, so to put that extra weight on was going to slow his feet down even more. And I think that was a big hindrance for him in that fight.
Many people were saying many different tactics that Joshua should use. If you were in his corner, would you have employed the tactics that Ron McCracken did?
That's
tonight?
exactly what he needed to employ. Yeah. Exactly what he needed to employ. You know, it was almost not in a horrible way, but it was sort of like a poor man's Tyson Fury, wasn't it? Really, and that's not in a nasty way, because he, you know, obviously he can't do it to the level of Tyson, but it was the tactics that he needed to employ, and he done well, and that was a 50-50 fight, and he come out with a win. So that's a good performance.
You say a poor man's Tyson. Was there what sort of similarities did you see that makes you feel like he
just the fact of the way the distance that he was trying to box at, the way he was trying to use the ring, the areas of the ring that he was trying to use, the tactics he employed, basically.
What do you think about the size of the ring? Because I saw you put something on Twitter.
Yeah, it looked a big ring, but listen, you can't. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this or that, because, you know, it's better for British boxing that Joshua won, because that means that there's big shows in the UK, and if there's big shows, should mean big money for prospects that are on the show, shouldn't it?
Those are the words of Ben Davison, of course, the head trainer of Tyson Fury, and he, first of all, congratulated Anthony Joshua on his win. It's a big win for British boxing. He said that he expected more out of Andy Ruiz. Anthony Joshua added more to his game, showed that he could make adjustments, change up his total game plan, and box instead of slug and engage. Now, the thing that makes me chuckle is he said he was like poor man's Tyson Fury, meaning he put on an emulation of how Tyson Fury would fight Andy Ruiz, you know, and the things that he did, the distance, you know, he compared what Tyson Fury would do, or, you know, or how Tyson Fury would approach a fighter of that height, okay, and how he would execute a game plan. And, you know, Ben Davison said that he was, you know, of course, he couldn't do it like Tyson Fury, but of course not, he couldn't, right? So, you know, he just really threw that in there to, you know, of course, to elevate his fighter, you know, and that was his opinion. Now, me counterpunching Ben Davison, when I thought and saw Anthony Joshua boxing Andy Ruiz, I did not think of Tyson Fury at all. Not one bit. Nothing in that round, nothing in any of those rounds reminded me of Tyson Fury. You know, I think Ben Davison, me looking at him looking at the performance of Anthony Joshua, he probably seen what he would have done with Tyson Fury if he was going to fight Andy Ruiz, given if that opportunity ever presented itself, which could have been an opportunity if Ruiz would have won, okay, and Fury would have won, okay, so then they could have a super fight together for whatever, right? So I think Ben Davison saw that and saw that, okay, you know, that's exactly how I would have Tyson Fury to fight Andy Ruiz, but I think Tyson Fury would have done it better. And I do agree. I agree for this reason. Tyson Fury fights like that anyway. Tyson Fury uses the distance for any fighter. He doesn't really like to engage. And let's look at Tyson Fury's last performance with Otto Wallin. Okay, that really wasn't a stellar performance. It was a hard, drug out fight. It was similar to It was similar to Dillian White's performance, which I'm uploading a video about that now, so stay tuned for that. But it was similar to his performance. It was like he gruled it out. Okay, he pushed out a win due to adversity. Yeah, Tyson Fury had the 2 cuts on his eye like that. Like a puma got a hold of him, right? And Dillian White, suffered from weight loss and all types of stress from, stuff that's happening outside the ring, as we know about. So when he's talking about a poor man's Tyson Fury didn't look great in his last performance, Ben Davison. Me counterpunching your statements, I think, of course, a lot of people have to add their fighter in comparison to who they're training to, what happened of the fighters or the fight that we were talking about, and that's what Ben Davison was doing, of course, But yes, Tyson Fury fights like that anyway. He uses distance. He's tall. He's not engaging. That's why he's not as exciting. But it shows you what Anthony Joshua can change up and do. Now, if he would have tried that for a few rounds, like I think he was tempted to do, because a lot of times he sat on those shots. He did want to trade with Andy Ruiz. It was in him to do that. That's in his spirit. Okay? Tyson Fury doesn't fight that way. Okay? That's why if you look at the comparison of Tyson Fury versus Vladimir Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua versus Vladimir Klitschko, which fight would you want to see from day to day? Which fight would be the most exciting fight? Of course, Joshua Klitschko, or should I say Klitschko Joshua, right? Because the way it was fought, Joshua fought the way he fought and still came out victorious, but it cost him a lot. It cost him a knockdown. It cost him nearly a loss, but he learned a lot. I mean, we learned a lot from Joshua, and how Tyson Fury fought Klitschko was a boring fight, a chess match, a fight that hardly ever held any excitement at all. Tyson Fury knew exactly what to do, and he did it. That's Tyson Fury, but because Ben Davison, which is the trainer of Tyson Fury, sees Anthony Joshua change up his game plan, and he immediately thinks about his fighter. Well, that means that your fighter fights like that, and he fights from the outside, And if for the people that think that Anthony Joshua ran in that fight, or is a poor man's Tyson Fury, like Ben Davison says, what does that say about Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder did not want to fight Anthony Joshua. He wanted to fight Tyson Fury, which that's who he's fighting. That's who he broke his back and concentrated and put himself into a tunnel vision like state to fight rather than fight Joshua. So that's the fight that Deontay wants. He wants a guy that runs. Okay? But back to Ben Davison, I think he should be careful on saying a poor man's version of boxing, because that's exactly what Joshua was doing. I hope he is focused on getting Tyson Fury prepared for Deontay Wilder, because he's going to have to fight a similar fight like Anthony Joshua fought Ruiz. Okay, because he's going to have a guy engaging with him that knows him for 12 rounds now, that's going to know his tactics and going to be familiar with what he does. Now, will he be victorious? That's totally up to Deontay. But Deontay will be in the ring, and Deontay is dangerous from rounds 1 through 12. That's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about Ben Davison's statements. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.